All right, guys, so the new Rarity Collection 2 is coming out, and today I will be telling you everything you need to know about the set. Content creators that have posted the set are paid and monitored by Konami to say the correct things, but in this video, I will be giving you my unfiltered thoughts alongside of what chat thinks, and we'll also be telling you about the cards that you may want to pick up. And of course, Big Dog, if you want to know the full spoiler, I will leave a link down below in the comment section. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in. Okay, guys, so the full breakdown for Rarity Collection 2. I see why they reprinted Blue Eyes now. They really did reprint Blue Eyes stuff in 2024. But there's a huge difference between Rarity Collection 1 and Rarity Collection 2. And we're going to be touching on a couple of the things. But one thing I want to talk about is how Konami has tried to sneakily tell you guys that you are getting more inside of these packs. It is true, you guys are getting the double amount of rarities per pack, but you're actually getting half the pack that you would have gotten in Rarity Collection 1. So in case you did not know, you're getting the exact same amount of cards, you're just getting it in less packaging. I overall think that that's a good thing, but the way that content creators and Konami may have worded it may have led other people astray to thinking that you're getting more in this set than Rarity Collection 2. I also think because of the previous success of Rarity Collection 1, Konami has taken advantage of that and has gotten a lot of people hyped. This led to people buying and pre-ordering and upping the prices on Rarity Collection 2, but to be honest with you guys, I would not buy this set. More bulk is an accurate description. I'm sick. I think that Rarity Collection 2 is a scam. It's trash. It is literally a heist job. And if you guys are going to be spending $115 per box, which I think is currently what is on TCG Player. By the way, if you guys are using TCG Player, go ahead and use my link down below. It does not hurt you and it helps the channel. And when I was actually going to buy a case of this set, I was quoted $1,300. Huh? That's pretty much double of what a normal set would cost me. It's $120? Yeah, chat, this is definitely Konami building on hype from Rarity Collection 1, but this set is just flat out not good. Now, there are some things that are really good with this set, and I will admit, there are some things that we should look for towards this set, but then there's a lot of flaws. I think that when you take into consideration that everything that has been done, Konami genuinely fumbled the bag, because the difference between Rarity Collection 1 and Rarity Collection 2 was that there were a lot of highly sought after Yu-Gi-Oh cards, with some of the lower end cards being just pretty good cards. In this particular set in Rarity Collection 2, the highly sought after cards are the lower end cards. These would be considered the worst cards for Rarity Collection 1. Get singles if you want to get anything from this set. He's not wrong. My biggest problem with Rarity Collection 2 is that it doesn't have a clear direction. But even though with all that, there's still some cards that you should be looking forward to get. One of them, and I think is a great reprint for the Yu-Gi-Oh community, is Crossout Designator. This card only had 2 reprints before, and both of them were Megaton, meaning that you have to cipher through a 200 card set to be able to get this card. Now, you only have to go through an 80 card set. But since Crossout Designator does come in every rarity, it should be cheap and accessible. Bro sold his set to Fenrir hoping to get a reprint in RC2. I'm so sorry. There were some things that I obviously did get wrong too, so I do apologize, but there are some things that we got right. Cards like Guardian Chimera and Karua, if you guys sold those cards, then of course you made your money. We're still eating good. And while cards like Castor, Fenrir, and Triple Tactics Thrust should have been in here just by following the model of what Konami has done in Rarity Collection 1, those cards are still in line to be reprinted in the Mega 10 set. So still cards that you should be looking to sell before they plummet in price. So you didn't really lose out. Though Fenrir was shocked for me, I'm not even gonna cap. I was completely shocked. How do you print the Viscous Starfrost cards and don't put any Viscous Starfrost cards in there? It's like the dumbest thing ever, chat. They preferred Hamster to Fenrir. I'm sick. I also think that there's some other staples that you guys should be looking to buy singularly. Cards like Pot of Duality is really good for some of those slower Yu-Gi-Oh decks. I think Appaloosa Bowl of the Goddess and IP Masquerena are probably some of the best cards in the entire set. Comparatively, that would be Rarity Collection 1's Warlord, Savage Dragon, and Baron de Floor. Please don't ban them. Hamster was a needed rarity print as well as Raiko. Why Anti-Spell? You know, that's a very interesting question, because Rarity Collection 1 had a direction. It was going to reprint some of the most impactful Yu-Gi-Oh cards that happened over the course of time. Of course, there's going to be filler inside of that set. In Rarity Collection 2, it doesn't seem to have a direction. It reprints old school cards like Raiko and Super Nimble Mega Hamster, which were important, but doesn't necessarily reprint old school Yu-Gi-Oh cards that could be used in new school. We already know that Konami's main goal is to use old school Yu-Gi-Oh to get newer players back into the game. Trident Dragon is the best example example, it is an old school Edison Yu-Gi-Oh card that can be played in new school Yu-Gi-Oh. Why wouldn't they print something like that in this type of set? Blue Eyes Comeback, Snake Eyes, watch out. Bro, you guys are legitimately trolling here. I think that some other cards that you guys should be looking to pick up are some of those lower played hand traps like Skullmeister and DD Crow, but you should also be looking to get Jordan Lockbird, Ghost Ogre, and Ghost Morn. Those cards are incredibly important for the upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh card game. You could never go wrong with having those important staple hand traps. And considering that these cards are some of the few cards that you should have inside of the set, it makes sense not to buy a booster box. Don't buy a single booster box of this set. They're gonna hate you, Cali. Don't sweat. They might come after me after I finish making this, because I'm gonna go on record and say that I was wrong about Rarity Collection 1. It was a lot better than I've given it credit, because I am man enough to admit when I'm wrong. I thought that Rarity Collection 1 was a bad set, and I will say, again, I'm wrong about that, even with the bans of Baron and Borreload Savage Dragon. But I think everyone can agree with me when I say that if Rarity Collection 1 is good and Rarity Collection 2 is supposed to be the successor, then Rarity Collection 2 is a complete scam. Allow me to explain what do I mean by scam. Rarity Collection 2 isn't a trash Yu-Gi-Oh set. It gives you reprints of some really good Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But the real question is, does this set deserve the name of Rarity Collection? Some people herald Rarity Collection 1 as the best set of all time. Rarity Collection 2, in comparison to Rarity Collection 1, doesn't even hold a candle to it. I'm so glad they reprinted Mystical Space Typhoon. I couldn't afford the 5 cents. Rarity Collection 2 is riddled with mistakes, cards that should have never been reprinted. And also, like I said before, doesn't fulfill its purpose as a Yu-Gi-Oh set. It just reprints random cards that were decently expensive and other hard to find sought after cards, but then misses on the whole ideology of Rarity Collection, giving access to competitive Yu-Gi-Oh players, or pretty much any Yu-Gi-Oh player, to some of those highly sought after cards that were really, really hard to get. Cards like SP Little Black, Triple Tactics Thrust, Cashier Fenrir, Trident Dragon, First Movement Solo, the Horus cards, the list goes on. I don't think that this set is worth buying at all. Just buy singles instead. Please do yourself a favor and do not buy this booster set. What makes this set even worse is that they reprinted cards that had no business being reprinted. Who wanted the Exo Sisters reprinted? The entirety of Exo Sisters is about 40 bucks before the reprints. I think one of the bigger problems with this when it comes to buying a box is that you'll spend more time getting the cards that you don't need and aren't necessarily useful and won't really be sought after, because once players do get a hold of that card, they don't need multiples, then you'll realize that it's not going to be worth it. Nah, Lubellion already has a quarter century rare. That doesn't mean anything. That's actually another one of my beefs with this set. It literally, saying that a card shouldn't be reprinted because it already has a print doesn't mean anything. The Exo Sisters, as well as a host of other cards, came in collector's rare. We predicted that they would come inside of the set specifically because they came in collector's rare. I don't think many people were upset that Rarity Collection 1 reprinted some of those cards, but the fact that Rarity Collection 2 will repeat that theme, and we're already leaning towards a Rarity Collection 3 because some certain cards weren't in there, they're just gonna reprint more collector's rare. So what was the purpose of a collector's rare? And I feel really bad for local shops because they had to play a premium on this set, and it's so bad, it literally could affect their financials. Konami just said, wait, Rarity Collection 3 going to be great, only 200 per box? Oh, take me out. I do want to rephrase what I was saying when I said don't buy this set. Support your local store. They're going to need you more than ever. But as far as Konami, I got a big middle finger for you for this ridiculously bad set that misses the mark in every single direction. Like seriously, if you're going to reprint Edison cards, you could have just reprinted those cards and actual Edison cards that had implications into today's Yu-Gi-Oh. If you're gonna reprint highly sought after cards, you gotta full ass reprint cards that make it worth it for players to be able to buy and have. This set, again, is just half-assed on so many different levels. It's embarrassing. You listening, Konami? He's telling it like it is. I'm just saying. I think the genuine losers here are the collectors and the players that wanted to have nice, genuine, good cards. This entire Rarity Collection 2 has been a disservice to Yu-Gi-Oh players, and it's mainly because it was called Rarity Collection 2. I think if they trimmed it down to 60 cards and called it something completely different, it would not even been that bad. But the fact that you had the nerve to call this set Rarity Collection 2, the son of Rarity Collection 1, you done good. And you did it to sell. Like, that's the biggest reason. You did it to make money. You did it to squeeze money out of your player base that buys expensive things just to help support the game. I want to know what you guys think about Rarity Collection 2. Genuinely, guys. That's probably just my rant. That's my perspective. I'm pretty sure that there's some other perspectives. There's some good to take from this set, as there are some cards that you should pick up, but overall, I think that it was a complete bump. Until then, guys, go ahead and check out these other videos, and let me know what you guys think so I can catch you on the next one.